Good afternoon, Mrs. Morley, distinguished judges, dear sisters, ladies and gentlemen. It is truly an honor to be here today. My name is Vanessa Kraljevic, and I'm the founder of the Right to Real Education. I started this project a long time ago because when I was a baby, my father passed away. But I saw how education gave my mother a voice, a profession, and the means to put food on our table. There I met their lawyer, Mercedes. She was strong and brave. She defended vulnerable people from bad people. Then I learned something I will never forget. The first time she arrived in that children's home, she was 11 years old. She was once one of the children she now defends. That's when I never doubted my purpose again. Education changes lives. We might not see the results today or tomorrow, but in 10, in 20 years, when we meet the next Mercedes, the next woman that through education became the hero she once needed.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gabriela Botelho, and I am your current MissWorld Brazil 2026. In 2019, a catastrophe happened in my state, Minas Gerais. A dam ruptured, and it took over 270 lives. But I was an 18-year-old girl who had no idea how I could help. And that day, something inside me changed. I found my purpose. My heart was burning, and I knew I would never wanted to leave this place. Because being born with a rare disease in Brazil pretty much means you were born with a death sentence. In Brazil, we have a base of 5 to 7 years to have a diagnosis, but 30% of the children will die before the age of 5. The math doesn't work. Time is our greatest enemy. I don't think there's anything louder than a voice. A mother begging for a child. Will you help me, or will you also look away? Thank you very much.
2 years ago, my life changed forever. I rescued Ernesto, an elderly German Shepherd who was very sick. The veterinarians gave him only 3 months to live, and eventually those 3 months became 1 year and 2 months. The veterinarians couldn't believe it. The only answer they could find was love. Ernesto inspired me to create The Sound of Compassion, my social project dedicated to promoting animal welfare and raise awareness. And I'm very happy to say that I organized the first ever The Sound of Compassion Adoption Day, bringing together families, rescued animals, and sponsors. And I'm also very happy to say that every animal got adopted that day. People often tell me that I rescue Ernesto, but in reality, he rescued me. Every life deserves respect, value, care, and love. My name is Ignacia Fernandez. I am a metal vocalist. I am a model. I am an animal rights activist. And I am a Chilean woman who wants to keep making a positive impact in the world. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon to everyone, to Ms. Julia Morley, to all the distinguished judges, to all the viewers from home. I'm Andrea Romero, Miss World, Colombia. There was a moment where my voice was silent. In school, since 6 years old until 18 years old, I suffered a really harsh, heavy bullying that I think that no kid should pass through. A bullying that remembers me one of the things they called me, a worm. And you may ask me, why a worm? From all the beautiful animals on planet, would you like to be a worm? A tiny and insignificant worm. And I felt like that. And I understood that that insignificant tiny worm had just become a beautiful butterfly. And a butterfly that flies so high, not really for herself, but to help others discover the wings to discovering their own flight. And I think that's a MissWorld, a butterfly that inspires with her words, with her actions. Let me tell you that this is not the end of the story, and that I discovered what I was born for, to inspire, because inspiration is the flame of purpose. Thank you.
My name is Johairi Mola, and I am a language arts and social studies teacher with a bachelor in business administration, and also I have the blessing to work with Univision 41 New York as a reporter through Ventana Quisqueya. The woman that worked in my home told me something I never forgot. She wanted her daughter to have the opportunities that she never had. And she asked me if I could teach her daughter English. And I was like, of course, why not? And I just saw it something as like teach her some words in English and stuff, but I never knew that that little girl was gonna teach me something that it was much greater about my own purpose. That moment changed my life, and that's how Voices of Tomorrow was born. Working with children in vulnerable communities made me understand that English, it's much more than a language. English could be a job, could be a scholarship, could be that opportunity that you have been waiting your entire life. And if there's one thing I hope people remember about me, it's not the title or the crown that I'm holding. It's the impact that I created in their life, that one day that opportunity would come, they say, Miss Mola was there. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Marie-Cameline Felix, and this is a part of my story. As a girl, I was faced many criticisms. I was told I am not enough. I've been criticized because of my skin color, of my teeth, of my nose, of my origins. I had very few role models to look up to. I've been searching for a place, for a sisterhood, for a place, a home that I can feel valued, and that some people who help me dream bigger and tells me that my dreams matter. Do you know, I never found that place. I've searched that place so long ago. And one day, I decided to build it. Because I know that I wasn't the only woman who was looking for that place. Because I was told that I am not enough, that I am not beautiful enough. And now look at me. I am the Miss World Haiti 2026. And maybe I will become the Miss World. I don't know. But Espirituadel is the proof that this is the solutions of girls and women in Haiti. So I need your help to build it. Thank you so much.
Hola mundo. Good afternoon, Mrs. Julia, distinguished judges, sisters, and people from around the world. If you know, in my country, this is the first time an Afro-descendant woman with cleft lip and palate condition is representing them. And honestly, I feel really proud of. But let me be honest, my condition sometimes makes me feel different. Because when I see at myself in a mirror, I look something that I don't like. But also, I feel observed, I feel judged, and sometimes I also feel rejected by society. I'm standing here carrying the reason why thousands of children in Mexico and around the world are looking for a source of inspiration that they believe that they are capable to do great things too. And sometimes the people underestimate us. But well, we always show them how capable we are and that we also deserve to be on this stage. I'm sure we all have scars in this room, behind the screen, all around the world. But that scars make us feel beautiful as well. I'm Miss World Mexico, and this is chosen to share the world. Come on, Vietnam. Muchas gracias, mi bello México. And thank you very much, Miss World.
Good afternoon, honorable judges, girls, and people in the hall. My name is Josian Shoti, and I'm proud to represent Peru. If I could go back in time and meet the little girl I was once, I would probably don't tell her to become someone else. I would tell her that she's enough. Because growing up, I struggled with something that many children struggle to, and it is bullying. It is something that leaves a very deep wound. For a long time, I felt like I didn't fit in. I questioned myself, and I felt like my difference were something that I needed to change. But today, I understand that I was looking to myself with wrong eyes, because the things that make me different were the things that make me unique. I don't want to become a doctor that only treats what is visible. I want to become a doctor that treats and sees the person. And I believe that medicine needs both science and humanity. I believe that a project should not depend entirely on the person who starts it. My vision is to build connections and partnerships that allow the work to continue reaching children and communities even when I'm not physically there. That is the message I want to carry with me, not only as a beauty queen, not only as a future doctor, but as a young woman who has discovered that the most meaningful crown is the one you use to lift someone else, because healing goes beyond the body. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I am Georgia Lee Gill, Trinidad and Tobago. Now, we all have that day that changes our lives forever. That day that separates our stories into two. The lives we lived before that day and the lives we live after. For me, it was the day I realized I lost my grandmother. Now she's still here with me. I still interact with her and talk with her and hold her hand. But the person she was, her identity, her personality, her essence is gone. My grandmother has dementia, more specifically, Alzheimer's disease. And this specific disease causes a unique pain, grief, and loss like no other. And she watched me with a blank and confused expression. And she asked a question that will forever remain with me, tore my heart to pieces. She asked, "Who are you?" She forgot who I was, my face, my voice, the little girl she helped raise. And that is the genesis of my project, the Silver Circle. If it was a loved one of yours, a mother, a father, an aunt, an uncle, who has this disease, who is disappearing slowly into the silence, and you knew that your time, your presence, your company can make the world of difference in making that journey a little less lonely, would you show up? This is the Silver Circle Project, and thank you for listening.
Xin Chao. I am Mary Sickler, and I am grateful to be in this breathtaking country to represent the United States of America. 18 months ago, my life changed dramatically when my hair started to fall out. Within a few months, I lost every strand from my head, eyebrows, and eyelashes. At 21 years old, I was diagnosed with alopecia universalis. My identity was gone. I will never forget standing alone in my room, looking in a mirror, crying, searching for something familiar. I feared how the world would see me, how my friends would respond. Would I still be able to continue my modeling career? And beneath all those fears was one painful question. Who am I now? As you can see, there are flowers across my bare head. They are not simply decoration. They represent every part of me that had to grow after loss. For so long, I saw my baldness as proof of everything alopecia had taken from me. I stand here today before the world without my wig, fully transparent. Because beauty was never meant to be something we fit into. Beauty is something we rise into. So I stand here today not to fit a standard, but to shatter it.